Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another LPA live stream. We are LP Alliance, Cox Coalition, Rebuilding the Libertarian Party and Revolutionizing the Liberty Movement. My name is Amanda Griffiths. I'm joined by Kyle Davis. We are joined by Where is the Unholy Army of the Night in the chat. And I am about to join the Executive Committee emergency meeting of the Central Committee Investigative Committee. So same deal, only now I'm joining from my browser, so hopefully I can mute tabs on and off a little bit more easily. Obviously, if we go into executive session, I will be removing myself from this screen. But apart from that, we're gonna see what happens, guys. I don't know how much they're gonna put in executive session out of executive. Are we playing bingo?
I am not prepared for bingo.
You're not prepared for bingo.
I can put something together right quick. I mean, I'm expecting this to basically be all executive session.
Votes will have to not be an executive session.
Sure.
Okay, we're starting. Or I
Austin's
guess
talking
someone's
anyway.
talking.
Yeah.
Well, at least I can hear in that tab.
Honestly, surprised that Austin's here this fast. Jake, I didn't bring a bingo board up yet. I was not considering that we should have one tonight, but I'm apparently adult, so I am using the same one that we had before. And everybody can play together. Oop. But good luck on getting a bingo this evening. I'm going to go ahead and get the meeting up. Whoop. There's us. And then another tab shared with the bingo board. Amity's correct. This is definitely a conspiracy.
I am kind of upset.
Is election fraud.
I understand that it's important, but I am kind of upset.
So I'm putting election fraud in.
Pro tip, Mr. Oh, never mind.
He's not in a suit tonight, but it's not a funny t-shirt. Let's see. I love that idea. You should have an executive session bingo board.
Austin, can you play the song from all the holding calls?
Jonathan, I was about to suggest precisely that. So.
Can you just do one of the holding songs?
Do like some elevator music, maybe?
Yeah, some elevator music.
It's canceled tonight, Jake. No, we have 2 embezzled spaces. That's fine. That's the proper way to go, is to double embezzle.
Okay. Maybe ready to start here in a second. Thank you.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. Aloha.
Mr. Secretary, when you're ready to start the recording.
This
And ready.
meeting is
This
being
meeting is
recorded.
being recorded.
Good evening, everyone. It is June 9th, 2026. The time is 7:01 p.m. and I call this meeting of the Libertarian National Committee Executive Committee to order. Mr. Secretary, if you would call the roll.
Alrighty. Mr. Flores,
He just got. There he is.
so that's present, I would assume.
Apologies, I'm at work.
Yes.
Vice Chair Griffiths,
Present.
Treasurer Nepple,
You're
Treasurer
muted.
Nepple, you're muted.
Richard, if I had a way to change your name for you, I would.
All right, I'll go back to him. Mr. Longstreth,
Present.
I am present. Mr. Nikela,
Present.
Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Chair McMahon,
President.
Yes.
Mr. Nepple.
There is an emergency executive committee meeting tonight. It is not a full LNC meeting, but specifically an executive
Doug, you're
committee
muted. He's here. I know that's him. He was moving a minute ago. Say something, Doug.
I'm circling Doug for everyone. He's clearly here.
Okay.
I'm
There
here.
we go. All right.
There we go.
Very good.
Sorry.
Mr. Chair,
Dang it, Doug.
all 8 members of the XCOM are present.
Okay, thank you. Adoption of the agenda. The agenda is simple. Discussion and possible action on updates to the New Mexico trademark lawsuit. Oliver keeps getting kicked out of the meeting. Is there any objection to the agenda as presented? Or would somebody like to move the agenda? I'm sorry.
So moved.
Moved by Ms.
Second.
And seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing no objection, the agenda is adopted. So the first item on the agenda, sorry folks, is to move into executive session for 45 minutes to discuss New Mexico trademark lawsuit, to include the members Derek Scott from New Mexico, Robert Vinson from the litigation committee, and Counselor Oliver Hall. Is there a second?
Second. Second.
And seconded. Is there any objection? Okay, hearing none, we will move into executive session at this time. Mr. Secretary, please set up the room.
So far, they have said that they are
Mr.
here.
Moulton,
They
Dr.
did,
Moulton, would you play
roll call,
Wrangler?
and now they are
make you
moving
co-host?
into
Okay.
executive session.
I can if you like.
Thank you, sir. So I will make you a co-host right now. I think I can do that. I cannot make you a co-host, it looks like. Looks like only the host can do that. So if you want to make him co-host, Dr. Moulton, and then create the room. Remember to bring all of the members in, plus Oliver Hall, Derek Scott, and Robert Vinson into the room.
Pardon,
Excluded.
Mr. Chair, but other members of the LNC may also observe in the room, correct?
That's what I just said.
Just making sure.
Have you paused the recording?
The recording has stopped.
There you go. So
That's
whenever you're ready, go ahead and do
I'm counting that as a spy.
So I'm going
Saxian.
to be quiet and let you work.
Let's see.
Like more hold music, Mr. Chair?
Sure, I think we're ready.
It's I hope Evan's not angry again. Phil, what they said the meeting will be about is about something having changed with LP New Mexico, and potentially a vote with New Mexico. It was unclear exactly what that means, but that is what has been said thus far. So we will go from there. How have we done? We go so far. We've got. I've included a sassy Evan. I accidentally got the double embezzle this space, so I'm going with that one. So tonight's meeting could be a big
I got
thing. But they
disconnected
said
for a
that
second, but I'm assuming that they all went to executive session, right?
that's correct, Tony.
correct.
So 45 minutes of executive session here.
Does that mean I
And,
can pull out my ukulele and play Wonderwall or something?
And thereby, that's what we got for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much open discussion. Feel free.
I don't own a ukulele.
Let's see. Not too many people who are here. The meeting started at 7:01 or 7:02, so basically right on time. And they've called for a 45 minutes of executive session. So you have just me, unless someone else is hopping up here, until about 7:50. And so far, not even really any talk from the rest of the folks in the meeting. So, I can give my understanding of where things are with New Mexico. Hey, Terry. Which is effectively that up in New Mexico was trying to figure out a way to block some of the things that were being forced on them by the LNC years ago under a rather more hostile LNC. They made a mistake with notice.
I feel like this wouldn't be so quiet if Starchild was here.
And the LNC attempted to force a different board onto LP New Mexico.
I think
LP New Mexico
executive committee
stated they were
meetings are
disaffiliating,
less
which is
sexy
not
than
actually a
LNC
thing
meetings.
that our
And to be honest, this
bylaws
was
allow.
announced very
But
last
the
minute.
LNC's response was to
The
disaffiliate.
secretary didn't really send anything to the public list. Instead, it was forwarded by someone else because it was accidentally
The
sent to
Mises
the
Caucus
private list.
of New Mexico.
It looks like he CC'd the public list.
Let me mute them for now. Sorry. The LNC then affiliated the MC of New Mexico as the affiliate. Since then, there has been a slow bleed for the Free Party New Mexico, which is currently chaired by Derek Scott. And we are at the point now where years later, the previous LNC sent an official cease and desist, which had never been done before, followed by going into a lawsuit to go after New Mexico. LP New Mexico wants to merge. They, during their previous convention, actually held a vote on a resolution directing, their chair, who is currently Chris Lucchini, to find a way to merge the two parties and be back with the Libertarian Party. There's anger because LP New Mexico had gone to the Liberal Party and was an affiliate with the Liberal Party. So some people feel that that means that they have betrayed the Libertarian Party. Their argument, of course, was that the Libertarian Party had no right to attempt to force them to change their board and inside of their affiliate. And now they have a significantly better financial position than Free Party. Free Party is in a pretty rough spot. They're down to a couple $1,000s as far as usable money for non-specifically federal races. And LP New Mexico has quite a bit of money and significantly more members. In my opinion, having talked to LNC members about it, and having talked to Chris Lucchini, and having talked with both people from Free Party and Libertarian Party New Mexico, it would appear to me that it would be the best thing for the party to not sue a former affiliate, not waste that money, and instead attempt to have the two come together to form one big affiliate, which would quintuple the number of members for New Mexico. It would make it would give a real chance to having ballot access both for 2026 and 2028 for the Libertarian Party in New Mexico. And it would save us tens of thousands of dollars and bring in significantly more money than that into the party. There is another wrinkle in the lawsuit where the Libertarian Party of New Mexico makes the claim that they were using the name before the National Party existed. And we've heard arguments on both sides whether or not that's a reasonable claim or not. But either way, it would go to court and it would be expensive. And so thereby, based on all the evidence I have and the evidence that we presented is on various LP Alliance shows, it seems like the best thing to do would be for the two groups to find a way to become one group, be the Libertarian Party of New Mexico, because the name is important to keeping both the money that's at LPNM and the ballot access, because that organization is the one that actually holds ballot access because of the laws in New Mexico. And that would give it back to the Libertarian Party. We would be able to run libertarians there, and it would be a major blow to the Liberal Party as well, since they are one of the three largest Liberal Party affiliates. There seems to be very little downside to them finding a solution together. So as for what exactly is going on tonight, I don't have an answer for you. I'm not sure what has changed to force them into making a run for today. I also miss Gary Johnson, and that's one more reason to bring back LPNM. Okay, Tony. You were the last person, I think, to talk in the Zoom, so it's still there. My understanding, Tony, on Derek's position is that he is the duly elected chair of Free Party, and they are the actual Libertarian Party affiliate, and thereby it doesn't matter that they're down to 7 members and have no money, that the party is obligated to back them no matter what. I personally don't agree. From my understanding with our bylaws, we have massive holes that allow huge power. Derek stands the lawsuit. Okay. Specifically on the lawsuit. He, from my understanding, and I have not talked to Derek directly, so listen to me here. Or I'm sorry, take anything I say with a grain of salt. Derek's point is basically that if there was to be any merger, Derek has to maintain chair. They have to be joining Free Party New Mexico, and it is just LPNM falls into them. The problem there is that fails every legal step with New Mexico. It would mean losing the ballot access, the money that is specifically held for LPNM would go away and would no longer be their money. It would go back to the donor, the donor's family, because of the way the state laws work. So the method that Derek seems to prefer, and again, I have not talked to Derek directly. This is from listening to him in the sessions and based on public record. Derek seems to want LPNM to fold and become part of Free Party. That would be a six-figure mistake for the Libertarian Party. And there's nothing to suggest that we could capture the members from LPNM, and there's nothing to suggest that we would for sure get the name without a legal battle. Nathan's arguing that we're obligated to the affiliate while they're the affiliate, but you also just pointed out that we could disaffiliate them. So there is some level where you stop being obligated to them if you intend to disaffiliate them. So realistically, there is a reasonable option here where the LNC could talk to Free Party and talk to LPNM and say, hey, there's a settlement on the table. Here's how we can get this done. We could make this thing happen. And then if Free Party says no or anything else, it's up to the LNC to decide what to do with that. Is that reasonable? It depends on what you think the purpose of LP National is. I personally, the way I've read the bylaws and the way I understand it is that our affiliates help make up LP National, but also we have voted many times that LP National is a separate entity from the affiliates. And so if there's an affiliate that's doing something that's damaging to LP National, they can be disaffiliated for cause, and for cause basically means anything other than I don't like you. So I think that while it would be within Free Party's right to say no and not try to take the money and everything, in my opinion, tens of thousands of dollars attack would be a shot at the national party. That's a failure of fiduciary duty. That's that. I don't think you're correct on that, Bryce. I don't think that that's an unwise legal decision just because a lawsuit's been filed. A lawsuit goes away if the issue goes away. And since the lawsuit comes down to wanting the name back, if we get the name back, then the lawsuit's done. The money that was forced through for that lawsuit, wasting, again, my money as someone who actually donates to this party, is a different story entirely. It absolutely can be a failure of fiduciary duty. If we, for instance, I mean, that's one of the arguments for LP New Hampshire. LP New Hampshire's antics stopped $40,000 in donations to LP North Carolina. That's a failure of fiduciary duty. The issue does just go away because the issue is that National owns the name. That's literally what the lawsuit's over. So if National then gets the name back, the lawsuit goes away. You don't have a lawsuit continue if there's no longer a thing to sue. Especially since LP New Mexico has stated as part of their resolution that they would drop all claims to their name if they become part of the Libertarian Party again. So literally the thing the lawsuit's over would go away. It's Terry is here, and Amity is here, but Free's not here, and Free being the government means that he would be the one who would have to handle the points. So unless Amity can get Free in here to handle points, I don't have a way to handle points. I'm not the government. I don't understand why you think that Lucchini ducked this fight when Lucchini wasn't someone who voted to leave the party. Lucchini was the chair, and the affiliate voted that they didn't want to be part of an attack on New Mexico anymore. Like the LNC tried to force an entirely different board in, and so like we can sit and argue that well, we have to deal with the affiliate now, but the affiliate now literally wouldn't be there was it not for an LNC that attacked the previous affiliate. It's a mess no matter how you want to deal with it. The fact of the matter is that Lucchini's got the people that he could have gone in and destroyed Free Party in New Mexico and didn't. And if he had the same people who were saying that there's a problem now, would be blaming them for that and angry about that instead. So this is one of those things where people are just mad at Chris Lucchini and don't care about the actual facts. And I don't particularly care about Chris Lucchini's state either way. He admitted that he wanted to, but he also admitted very much that he's not the one that voted for it. He was on the Liberal Party board. Those are different things. He's also been a libertarian the entire time because we allow people to be in both parties. Which is something that, I voted very much to change and not allow people to be in multiple parties. And, since you're going on about people being in multiple parties, you have a caucus that's 80% involved in the Republican Party, and we wanted to stop that, but your caucus was against that change. So it's a very odd thing to argue. Like, they're in another party. Yes, so are lots of folks. Yeah, there are states that block the Liberal Party thing, but National doesn't, even though I think that National should. I personally am of the mind that if you were part of another party, you shouldn't be able to serve at any level of the Libertarian Party. And I've heard many arguments on like, well, I want to be able to vote in primaries. It's like, okay, I understand that you think that that's an important thing, but if you think that's an important thing, then you don't think that this is the party that made the changes happen, and so you shouldn't be leaving this party. Dave, you're correct. Free Party New Mexico barely had the minimum number of people required to affiliate in the first place. And at this point, if they were not already affiliated, they don't have enough members to affiliate. I think the only other state where that's true is DC, if state, the other affiliate where that's true. I appreciate that, Chris. I'm not saying that people watching have to agree with me. People are perfectly allowed to think that I am evil and terrible for thinking that it would be ridiculous of Derek to not take this. But that is very much how I think of this. Considering Chris Lucchini has also said that he'd be willing to step down and basically not even be part of the Libertarian Party if that's what it took to fix the problems with LPNM. I think the ire at Chris Lucchini are similarly ridiculous. But Wyoming and Vermont both have significantly more than 10 members. We could get a LP Puerto Rico affiliate pretty easily. We would just have to actually spend any time on Puerto Rico. And since there's the thought that the LP is only for getting national candidates, it's been hard to get affiliates outside of actual states or DC. Alex Flores has introduced the idea that we should bring back First Peoples parties, and I strongly agree with that. I think if we were the first major political party to bring back having a Navajo affiliate, an Apache affiliate, etc., just like Nathan said, we need tribal affiliate too. That's 100% correct. I don't think there are people in this country who have more bones to pick with the government than the First Peoples. And I think that thereby they would be excellent allies in the fight for liberty that we all should be fighting for. So I think we should be fighting to have an LP Guam. I think we should be having LP Puerto Rico. We should be every one of the territories, every one of the tribes, etc., should be an affiliate for the LP. I think that's the only way that we end up with a libertarian party that's truly of and by the people. And, but that's kind of a separate thing. First Nations and all U.S. territories. Exactly right, Jay. Said better than have as I've rambled here. Exactly right. A very common thing for many of the First Nations, and especially like with the Apache, is the concept of doing no harm unless you have to. They like are so freaking libertarian. The whole idea is that like everyone should be taking care of each other, and if anybody is going out of their way to harm somebody or take their shit, then like everyone should be stepping up together and saying "fuck you" to that guy. Oh gosh, no jus soli. That's a hell of an argument. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. I'm not sure I agree with citizenship, period. But that becomes a totally different anarchy argument. Yeah, I agree, Chris. It's like if you pony up and you are a member of the Libertarian Party who is serving in some capacity as leadership, be it at county, state, or national, the idea that you can also be part of another party, especially if it means being on their leadership, nah, that's double dipping. Let's see. For proportional representation, the big thing for the LP there is the split in ideology. I don't think it's an impossible thing to get going, but I think for me personally, the reason I haven't put as much effort into proportional representation has been that I think we should be doing more direct representation in the first place. I think there should be, like for the LP, member referenda, where if we're having something that's actually a referendum on the party, that should just go to the members automatically. We should just have a system built for it. It's not a very complex system. I agree, Tony. It should be an all or nothing on that. Damn right, Phil. Shout out to the Amish burning their Social Security cards. It's the government says those can't be used for identification, and they force that as an ID on you anyway. That's evil. Nathan says $25 is nothing for membership, by the way, and that should be increased, and lifetime membership should be relative to the value of a gold ounce. One of the things that was proposed during this last bylaws committee meeting is that lifetime membership should be between 65 and 70 times the cost of a annual membership. That is certainly a way to do it. One of the things Amanda proposed that I thought was pretty fair is if you basically get like $5,000, I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head, I'm sorry. I'm sure if she was here, she'd be like, how do you think it's 5,000? But whatever. If you do like $5,000 worth of like ballot access work for the party, that should count for toward your lifetime membership, et cetera. And I think that's pretty fair. I think that if you do work for the party, if we have to count that as in-kind donation anyway, it should count as donation toward your membership. I think that you should be able to use your labor and say the party is not going to give you money for it because the party doesn't have the money to give you. But instead, the party will reward you with membership. So, and I also understand saying that can only be for lifetime because otherwise everyone would just do $25 worth of work to keep their membership up. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing either. I think that if all 10,000 members did, 4 actual hours of volunteering for the party, that we would have some serious shit done. Sure, it has no inherent value, but that doesn't mean that we can't have an agreed upon value by the party. I also think that 60 is good enough. They went back and forth based on previous values it's been. And part of the idea is that currently there's nothing that sets lifetime membership's value. It's something that is set by the LNC, and the LNC could thereby change it to kind of whatever they wanted. The LNC could effectively make lifetime membership $1 tomorrow to bring in a whole shitload of lifetimers, which is kind of nonsense. See, if we had a chess caucus, which I'm not necessarily against, the problem with that is that Chuck Moulton would like immediately be chair just because he beats the shit out of everybody in chess. George is at 1750, Jake. I'm pretty open to however we would want to change it. The LNC, I pray, does not make Trump a lifetimer. That's true. Chuck did propose it as 40 to 100s. I was thinking of the 60, which I think Jeff pushed for really hard. Jeff Neal. Jeff tends to think that the only real skin in the game is monetary, and that any money for the party, like anyone who's working hard for the party, can get the donations to make up for the monetary difference. Which I understand where he's coming from. If you haven't seen Chuck play, you should watch his Twitch. He's Chuck Moulton on Twitch as well, so it's it's pretty easy to find him. Let's see, what is the price of silver right now? Silver is running $65.51. Yeah, Amity, I totally agree. Amity says that even after that, we were exhorted by the previous LNC if we wanted our presidential candidates on the debate stage in DC, so they got way more than that from her. And yes, she's still salty, and that she knows that she didn't have to, but still, it's the LNC can do whatever they need to raise money. When the LNC does things that feel extortionate to the membership, that isn't necessarily against the rules or anything, but it is shitty, right? Like it's an attack on us as members. and it makes us not want to do things. I could partner you for some Bug House, but I have played Bug House like one real time, and my actual chess skills are pretty rusty. I haven't been in chess club for close to 20 years. But I could probably play some against bots and things for a bit and become okay again. I would not be good, but yeah. So hold on. Let's see. Are these? So I always have the real versions of our money laying around somewhere. I probably have to change my camera for this. Oop. There we go. So like I keep and most of them are not here. So please don't break into my house to steal that $100 worth of silver that I'm showing here. But like I've got my, if I can get it to focus on it, Lady Walking Liberty silver dollars. So like that's a full 1 ounce of silver as a walking dollar, and that's actually from the U.S. Mint, and it's an actual silver proof. So they end up being worth significantly more than the base silver price, but that's because people are dumb and pay for it being printed pretty. And by people, I mean people like me. I guess I will do one more of these actually. So that was a single proof, but I've been into coin collecting all my life. And I realize that I'm boring here, but since we're talking about silver and gold, and we're not talking about Rudolph, I do have like my entire sets of the Lady Liberty Walking silver dollars that are the different finishes that are all from the S Mint, etc. So if you ever decide that you want to get into coin collecting and you don't know anything about it and you want to, I can help you get started in some things. I got into it because my grandfather was into it and helped find coins with him until he passed away 3 years ago. So, nothing's stopping them unless you're being ugly. We do have the automat on from YouTube, but that's all. I don't know why they'd be stopping you, Bryce. I'm the only person who's back here, and I obviously have my hands on coins right now. And then, if you want things that I think are cool that are probably not cool to anybody in the chat, like some actual copper Indian head pennies with all the different years. I think I'm missing 1 year. Yeah, I'm still missing 1871. But, and the 1909 estimate I forgot existed. My favorite chest opening is just to do the Fisher 4 over and over and over until the other guy stops playing with me. If you keep doing bad moves long enough, they stop caring about you. Yeah, I don't know why the YouTube would block it. It's really bad about just hating everybody on X. It routinely blocks everybody on X. And then we had people on X like, it's only showing half my comments. And it's like, yeah. I am not familiar with Wobbly Life. Phil, you're one of the only people that I can think of who could be telling me that you're collecting lead. I mean, not be like, be careful, young man. Is Dustin not in executive session? I'm pretty sure if you get a mansion that's expensive enough, your oversized chessboard can just be actual people. You're just paying for a modern day garden gnome, right? Oh, well, in that case, Dustin, hop up here and help entertain the people because I'm not doing a good job of it. I've been talking about coins. Dustin will now notice that this room is the same room as the last time he hopped in because the link is the same. That drawer has my stuff that I need to remember to take over to safe deposit box, which is a it's mostly coins. Oh, but then I have a copy of Batman the Damned, book 1, which is a thing that non-comic nerds will not give any fucks about. But it is a canonical DC printed comic from DC Black Label that shows Bruce's penis. And when people realized this, despite it being an adults-only comic, there was this giant backlash against the Batterwang, and they pulled the comic. And I successfully got a copy of it right before they pulled it. And so I've never pulled it out of its bag, never pulled it off of its board. It's never been not slabbed. I read it online. It's fine as a comic. But just in case, I've got my copy of Batman's penis. Andy, I've never gotten into the postage stamps. Partially, I think part of it's because of the color blindness. So when people talk about all the prettiest parts of stamps and things oh, look at the beautiful red, it's like, fuck you, I don't see red. Oh, that's fair. If Chuck is a co-host, he can probably let you in. That said, it has been about 40 minutes, so we're getting close to the point where we could see a break out of the executive session. Not the Bat Schlong, it's the Batterwang. Red and green pieces would make me mad. I think that if it takes them longer than 45 minutes, we have another spot on our bingo board because someone had to have motioned to extended time. But hey, we got a Dustin Koppel. Mr. Koppel.
Oh, hi there.
Oh, hi.
I heard you want me to help entertain the people, but anybody that knows me knows I'm not entertaining.
I have talked about Batman's penis for 10 minutes now. Can you be less entertaining than that? Remember that most of our audience is male and mostly straight. Mostly.
I mean, I could speak about Excel for a while if you guys would like. That's probably less entertaining than Batman's penis.
I after this am setting up a couple forums to try to convince people that we should be using forums more often again. So we'll see how that goes.
More
Libertarian
forums, less
Standard
lists.
Time. It like so many places use either platforms like Discord or email lists, and both of those are terrible for going back through time and figuring out when things happen and finding how threads happen and everything else. Like that's not how we think textually.
Yeah, I find email lists to be completely and utterly useless. That's just me. It doesn't. I guess you just said it. It doesn't provide a format that my brain agrees with.
Right. But so I would take Slack over what we use at work because one of my jobs right now is using Teams, and I hate Teams. It's the worst. Anyone that suggests Teams should be fired from a cannon into the sun.
Remember, kids, it's not a NAP violation if they recommend a Microsoft product first.
So you can say there's an acquired taste, but that's Stockholm syndrome, Tony. That's Stockholm syndrome. That's The National Party Discord technically exists too. It's just if you have any take in there outside of a pretty narrow one, you get screamed at. Let's go, Barbos!
Oh, Free's a White Sox fan. My condolences.
Yeah. Woof. I actually had to move an entire database out of Notes over into a modern SQL database, and it was our PostgreSQL database, and it was not relational at all, right? It was actually the document style database that you expect from Notes. And this was something that this company had had since the 80s, and they had updated all the versions, and they were in IBM Notes at this point. So they had actually done the jump from Lotus over to IBM. Woof. Let's see. How bad are the Braves beating up on the White Sox? It's only 2-0. That could be way worse. Yeah, the White Sox are over 500 this season, which is pretty good for the White Sox.
Sir, it's only
funny because, yeah, as a Braves fan, we've been whiny, but we're 45-21.
Chuck, it's Mike. I will fight you.
Being down 2 in the top of the first is not a good feeling. I think that if Chris, so this is speculation on my part, Dave. I think that if Chris Lucchini had been invited, he would be here. And I never saw him come in, so I don't think he's here. Time just to stream the Braves game to everybody so that Free can come over and watch the game at the same time. For the 2021 World Series, I was at the only game the Braves lost, which is exactly how I expect World Series games to go. Oh. "2004 was a roller coaster." Tony, it's 22 years ago. That season is old enough to buy its own alcohol. My first baseball game that I went to was in 1995. So it's been over 30 years of me watching baseball. Well, it's significantly over just watching for games that I've been to. And now I'm looking to move to Chicago. And with no offense to the Sox, I would be on the Cubs side.
As a lifelong Cardinals fan, I would like to not talk about 2004.
Tony's being mean. Tony's saying that we should talk about 2004 some more. I'm surprised by the number of people in the chat who are baseball fans, because I'm always told at this point that baseball is the boring sport.
It's the thinking person sport.
I have always
Tony, it only got through Buckner once.
Do what?
Tony said he didn't want to talk about 1986.
I've always loved the part where there's always three people playing baseball at any given time, which I think is fabulous. I do like talking about cars a lot. Look, I'm totally for this era where everyone thinks of the Braves like they thought of the Yankees for 20 years. And where did Banana Ball start? Savannah, Georgia. Why? Because they are Braves fans that wanted to have fun. Basketball and soccer have the problems that I have most in sport, which is the idea that no one can score ever, and everyone's going to score over and over and over and over and over. Baseball, like, when you get into the level of thought that the pitcher, catcher, and batter are putting on the play, it's wild. I love Banana Ball too.
Oh, Banana Ball was awesome. I got to go last year. It was great.
It's if Amity really wanted to help the chat out, she would just go turn her phone on and set it beside Free and have Free give us play-by-plays for the Sox game as he gets more and more angry.
Well, I hate to do it, but I do need to drop off. I have a state IT meeting to attend.
Go have fun.
Oh,
convince your state IT meeting that we should be doing like a a council of IT across the country.
So for what it's worth, my state IT guy is in the super secret chat. That is not
gotcha. In Liberty. Is it Travis?
No, it's Dan Moore.
Dan Moore. Okay.
Yeah, we try to have a standing Saturday like check-in, and I had to cancel it, and then he missed last night's makeup, and so yeah, you know how it goes.
So the makeup is tonight. Got it.
Pretty much. Okay, bye.
Alligator. All right. They are officially late on their 45 minutes. So I'm saying that someone made a motion to extend time. All right, you guys are being terrible, so I'm gonna pull the game up too. If just getting kicked, if just cussing got us kicked off of YouTube, we'd be in trouble. There's a super secret IT chat where like IT from across the country decided to make a faux IT caucus. Oh, there appears to be people back.
Hi, Karen Ann. Welcome to the executive session. There has been dead silence here almost completely for most of an hour. We are waiting for them to escape.
I guess Amanda was being put back in.
Because we didn't have Karen Ann here to.
Amanda was there for half a second, but is gone. So. There we go. Are we considering the meeting as having started on time? It was 1 minute late. I mean, that's pretty darn on time for libertarians, I guess. Okay. All right, you guys talk me into it. So they call it Liber IT, which bothers me because they could have maintained the T, and then instead of Liber IT, it could have just been Libertit. And I think Libertit would have been better. Well, David Atkin can't boot you from anything anymore, so let's see. There you go, Nathan. You've been drug in there. With Nathan being there, there are now 40 people in that chat. Nothing could possibly go wrong. It won't at all devolve into the chats like the full-blown chat for the National Convention or anything. I assume it means that Amanda's internet was being wonky, but I'm fine with it. She's almost certainly on way too much or way too little speed. That's just what she is. You're not wrong. The committee does need to plan their emergencies better around ASAP. Amanda was letting her know to send her speed to reach out. Yeah. Amity, I don't know if you're currently paying attention to Twitter, but Rob has pointed out that a quote tweet from him last year would just be Cocaine Bear. So, speaking of, Rob being on Twitter means that I can bother Rob to be in here. I don't think Cocaine Bear is a square yet, but it could be. So you should have put them all in. Rob is currently at an event. An offensive joke. Austin Martin. It has been more than 45 minutes. I'm out of content. Nap time. Yeah. Excuse me. Amity pointed out she has dad jokes, so I've sent her the link to the studio again. I lost on Jeopardy, baby. Oh. I told my offensive joke, Chris. I said Austin Martin. He's an offensive joke. It's and Nickel says that if Amity hopped up here, we would double the number of people watching. I totally understand. Ah. Sigh with the I haven't seen LPNH this sad since they legalized gay marriage. That is a strong one. Oh yeah, that means that this meeting has gone over an hour. Do we have that on this board? We don't? Damn. We do, on the other hand, have last longer than 2 hours and last less than 2 hours. That makes the board harder. I did not hear that. I don't know, Amity. Why was the picture sent to jail? It was being framed. Damn it. I like that one. Art. Good one. We're talking about limbless mammals. Limbless cow, ground beef. Amity asks, why did the libertarian cross the road? Fuck them OS roads. Ah, I like it. Morose. All right, I'm being quiet anyway, so we can listen to the nonsense here.
For our presidential candidate, which for New York State is going to cost $1 gazillion round number. And one might wonder if investing that money elsewise would be more effective for our party. Your mileage may vary.
Ooh, I'd like a rebuttal on that one.
What would you spend money on other than that? What would be a better use of it?
At this stage in the party's existence, I would suggest some choices. Party infrastructure. Oh, Tony has raised his hand. We should let him talk.
Okay.
Go ahead, finish your thought, George. I want. It's fine.
Okay, choice one, party infrastructure, for example, reviving the LP news so that the party membership finds out that the party is doing something. That was actually always a moneymaker. Some sort of support for other candidates. There was the old in a box. Affiliate in a box.
Also affiliate in a box.
Candidate in a box. I never remember which operation we had a few years ago, which appeared to be good and then died.
Was killed, but
more press structure. There are systematic ways of putting press releases out to large numbers of newspapers. Curiously, I discovered when I ran for president, the place you could send press releases and you would get coverage was not the New York Times. It was all of these college newspapers that were desperate for material. We got lots of coverage there. And these are young people.
So my rebuttal on New York is that I absolutely think that we need to be spending money on this, but not necessarily on petitioning, because you're right. That's going to cost $1 billion, but on legislative and legal remedies to that. And in 2027, not waiting until 2028. We need to be lobbying the legislature. We need to be suing the hell out of the state to get the ballot access back that they stole in 2020. Which was, by the way, supposed to be 4-year ballot access, and midterm they changed into 2-year ballot access. And yes, we have attempted lawsuits before, but if you look at Larry Sharp's lawsuit, the merits in his lawsuit are good. I don't think he's going to have the standing to actually have that lawsuit be heard, but I encourage people to take a look at it and And hopefully we find somebody who's standing to try this next year.
That's the problem. It's standing. Everything comes down to standing. You can have a great argument, you can be right. But if you can't prove that you're an aggrieved party or suffer or might suffer from this, you have no standing. And it just is what is used all the time. It makes sense because you shouldn't be able to spuriously sue somebody from out of the blue. But at the same time, this is what is used to really limit the ability for people who have an incidental interest, but maybe not a core interest in the results of this kind of thing. So
there are several states that have adopted top two jungle primaries. It appears that Massachusetts may be next. And it might be worthwhile to choose a state, preferably one that won't do a very good job of defending its laws, and sue that top two, as it turns out in practice, denies freedom of association and gives you one-party government, which is un-American.
Also, Nathan has his hand up.
no, don't let Nathan talk. Nathan always talks.
Nathan?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nathan. Never mind.
Oh, Jay.
Hey, brother.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, honey.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, basically enshrining a two-party system ensures a one-party government, and literally all you need is a third party, because it's so hard to maintain a cartel with with an odd number of people, because there's always an imbalancing factor. Whereas the others have equal push and pull. That's just numbers, basic math.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they get it. Yeah. They don't agree on much, but they agree on the fact they should be the only two on the dance floor. That's kind of the problem. There's a real conspiracy between the two parties to keep anybody else out. Anybody that confuses the problem, confuses the equation. Good, bad, right, wrong, left, right. If you confuse that, then they don't know how to market against that. They don't know how to advertise. They don't know how to sell their product against that when somebody says, well, wait. I mean, we all get that. That's the problem. That's why they're never going to make it easy for the third party to be able to field candidates. So
people are returning.
Hello. People are returning.
Oh, there's more people.
All right.
Hope you all had fun.
Yes, the party's over.
We returned. We only just started talking.
Yeah, went for 40 minutes without a word, and then we started talking. That was funny.
I kind of missed
all problems have been solved.
Oh, Keith, were you not in the room?
No, I was in there.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I just wasn't interrupting people, and
Okay. That was mostly a commentary on you, like not throwing things at me, not yelling at me.
I'm saving it up.
I do want to say
not breaking things yet by Keith.
We're not back on the recording yet, so I will say this. You really freaked out Barry, by the way.
Yeah, I tried. I sent him a message and it was like, hey, where does your boyfriend work? I'm gonna send him something.
And of course he messaged me, but I was taking a nap and
because I had taken you out. Yeah.
And he couldn't get a hold of me because when I take a nap to keep my sister and him from bothering me, I fully silence my phone. I basically turn it off. And so I wake up to calls and text messages from him. And he's like, who's this Keith Thompson guy? He wants to know where you work. And he was like, I went ahead and told him. He said he wanted to do something nice for you. And I was like, okay, first of all, don't ever do that again. Don't get fished into giving my office address to people.
Well, now I have it, so I've already posted it to all my socials.
But it did honestly. Thank you. It made my day so much better to go outside and find a second attempt at Five Guys at my door.
You'll enjoy it again in about 5 hours.
Yeah.
I paid them a little extra to slip you something.
Oh, nice. Thanks. It's hard to tell. For those that don't know, I'm still dizzy. I've got another week of dizziness symptoms before I actually have to go to the doctor to figure out if like I'm dying. But I'm still, everything's like I'm on a boat. Everything moves like this 24/7. And it's been happening since the day before I went down to Kentucky to petition for Jeremy Todd.
But
Nonstop.
have you gotten an MRI?
No, because I won't go to the doctor because doctors don't give you good news. Like, surprise, we found a gold nugget in there and we're giving it to you and it's worth $100,000. It's always bad news.
They just got back, Richard. They're not even back on the
better that you get the
recording yet.
bad news before it grows.
Right,
No.
that's my concern.
You know it's going to grow.
Hey, we found a small tumor is better than we found a large tumor.
Mm.
But for what it's worth, I had like a week and a half of post-convention dizziness. So hopefully you just have a worst case of that.
So, okay, good. Because what I read was I actually thought I had a mold reaction while I was up there. I was coughing all night during the week in Michigan. And it turns out that that was probably an upper respiratory infection that I got up there. And WebMD and PubMed all say that the dizziness can be from the nerve being damaged from the sinus pressure and the coughing, and that it just takes time to heal and reset, and it can take 2 to 3 weeks. So that's why I'm saying I've got like another week before I have to be concerned if it doesn't go away. I will tell you, I don't notice it first thing in the morning. It takes about 2 hours, but at night, like right now, everything is really shifting around. The later it gets into the evening, the worse it gets. Anywho, Mr. Secretary, are you ready to start the recording?
This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome back, everybody. It is 8:24 p.m. on June 9th, 2026, and we are back in session. Madam Secretary, Mr. Secretary, sorry. I've got two. I've got the state party, which is Stephanie Dosbach. I'm sorry. Mr. Secretary, I believe that there was a motion presented.
Yes.
If you can read the motion out loud and then move to a vote, there is no discussion.
Does it require a second, Mr. Chair? No.
It requires Mr.
Certainly.
Or
Move
whoever
that
is
the
moving
executive
it.
committee recommends to the entire net.
Hold on, well, Mr. McGee. It needs to be moved by Mr. Longstreth and then seconded. Mr. Longstreth.
I'm going to move the resolution that is about to be read by Mr. McGee. That is the correct one. So if I'd appreciate a second after it's been read.
Go ahead and read it.
All right. Move that the executive committee recommends to the entire national committee that they direct the national chair and LNC council to immediately halt all adversarial legal actions regarding the dispute with the Libertarian Party of New Mexico, to actively enter into good faith negotiations based on the present settlement offer, and to pursue a resolution that facilitates the unification of the Libertarian Party of New Mexico and the Free New Mexico Party, and that the only legal actions authorized in the interim shall be those strictly necessary to conduct these negotiations or meet mandatory court deadlines. An update should be provided to the LNC by council at each meeting until this issue is resolved or settlement falls through.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. We would move to a vote.
Well,
Mr. Flores.
Richard and Amanda have my excitement at the moment.
Vice Chair Griffiths.
Aye.
Mr. Neville.
I vote nay.
Mr. Longstreth.
Aye.
I will also vote nay. Mr. Nikela.
Nay.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Flores.
Aye.
Mr. Flores. Chair McMahon. The vote is 4-3. Your vote would make a difference.
I vote no.
Mr. Chair, the vote is in favor, 4 opposed, 0 abstentions.
The motion fails. For point of clarification, just for the body, we would still be working in good faith negotiation. That door remains open. Is there any other business?
Move to adjourn for the evening.
Second.
By Mr. Longstreth. It's been seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, we are adjourned at 8:28 p.m. Thank you, everybody.
I want to know who wrote Mr.
Thanks,
Longstreth's
Rockstars.
The
motion.
recording has stopped.
Mr. Longstreth, who wrote that motion for you?
So y'all saw that. Wait a sec. I need to unmute.
George Soros.
There you go.
I'm surprised he has time to write motions.
Mr. Chair, can you grok? Can you?
What did I miss in that last little bit?
Austin asked who wrote the motion, and then he was made fun of as Grok and George Soros, etc.
1 second.
And there was no actual answer.
I don't know why it's doing this. 1 second. It's still being weird. Less weird, but still weird. No, Alex voted yes at the very end. I'm going to sign out and sign back in because my camera's being fucked.
You look fine to me, but okay. Amanda, Richard, Bill, Alex were the 4 yeses. The other 4 were nos. Based on what was said, a settlement offer has apparently been made. And based on that fact, I assume they went through that settlement in executive session. They didn't tell what the settlement was there.
There was a settlement offer, and that's what I will say. Some people didn't think it was
that's
perfect.
What I said already.
Oh, well, I didn't hear you. Some people didn't think it was perfect.
And that's why I was explaining to the people who asked the question.
And some people acted like counter offers don't exist. And some people acted like settlements don't exist for purposes of having a counter offer made.
Phil wants a link and wants to whine.
Okay.
So the effect of what just happened is that the executive committee has failed to recommend ending this lawsuit while doing
which means that good faith negotiations are not possible, because you cannot negotiate in good faith with somebody who is actively trying to take your money from you. I'm sorry, that's not how it works.
Right.
You don't negotiate in good faith with someone holding a knife to your throat.
I mean, Andy, you're not wrong, but it does sound like that. But also, you know, New Mexico came to the table. New Mexico has apparently offered a settlement instead of a counter or anything else. It was just decided to hold a knife to their throat while trying to negotiate.
Yeah.
So there's that. I just unmuted you, Phil. You're alive.
Phil, you're live. Phil. Are you Jonathan McGee all of a sudden? You're muted, your camera's not on. I have no idea if you're even here. Now he's definitely muted. Now I've unmuted him. No, guests muted themselves. Nope. What's happening? Now something's moving.
You guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
It's kind of astonishing to me that this was not voted for as a yes.
Yeah.
It seems like people have like a collective amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
What happened in this party?
Yeah.
And people basically being pushed away, pushed out, prior donors, people that really cared, right? All of those people, right? There's just all of those people that you don't want them back. right? Like, and so this really signals, I think, a mistake here, that we have all of these moderate libertarians that all have great careers that could give tons of money. They're just not having any signal to come back, right? This is, this entire lawsuit was out of bad faith actors that they purposely
that appointed a rogue board,
like
an affiliate.
It's kind of astonishing. Instead of literally just having a conversation, which I think we've shown with the show, Chris Lucchini is more than open to finding a way forward. I think the problem is that this rogue board has some egos on it that don't want to be hurt. They want to have some station, but they've had station for that party for a long time, and the membership has fallen, and it has done nothing, right? And so, like, you have to question, what is the strategy here other than to signal to people that left don't come back?
Michael, by the way, it was an XCOM meeting, so that only the executive committee was voting. So that's why there were only 8 votes. Yeah, and I know for a fact that there are people who are not donating again until this ends. And unfortunately, we need, if we're going to drown ourselves in debt for this lawsuit, we might need the donations now.
Yeah, and we're not going to get them.
Well, I'm not going to donate, right? Like, I'm thinking like, hey, I was going to become a life member this year. Like, I'm just starting a better career where I'm going to start making real money, get out of grad school. Like, there are people like me who don't like the state being used to fuck over other people that share 98% of the same values. And just because there's some ego power play over some structure within a political party, I find it disgusting.
They've chosen to continue the suit, or at least the XCOM has chosen to recommend continuing the suit effectively, Addison.
The motion to pause things while negotiating failed 4-4, and the chair voted to make it effectively. He was the vote that caused it to fail.
At least say, hey, let's make an amendment and say we're going to give a certain amount of time and a certain amount of effort within some committee that can bridge these divides to try to solve it with outside of the statist legal system, right? Like that, there could have been something done, and instead you spit in the face of these people again, right?
Yep.
It's frustrating for somebody like me because I don't like the hierarchical systems inside the Libertarian Party, so I don't really get involved as like any sort of positions. But it's seeming like unless people that have that mentality get involved and like get on there, this is going to keep happening, where it's some ego bullshit that never gets resolved. Yeah.
LNC meets next month, Andy. Yep. By then, nobody has any ballot access in terms of that affiliate.
Yeah.
So it's not like we get our ballot access. It's not like they get any money from
New Mexico.
From New Mexico, if they win, all of what is currently LP New Mexico's assets stay with LP New Mexico. LP New Mexico can make the decision to, if they're forced, to relinquish those assets, they can basically determine where they go. No one is getting a boatload of money, even in the event that LP New Mexico loses. No one is getting a voter list.
It's literally just
no one is getting a member list.
It's lose for everybody, and particularly those that are going to donate to national, right? It's like, hey, we have all these lofty goals, and then the people that were really excited about them are getting spit in the face. It's an unbelievable shame. Yeah. And I know you can't say anything, Amanda, because you're like in executive session. You can't, like, you have to.
I cannot repeat what was said in executive session. That is true.
Yeah. And so, like, I can't speculate on what.
Oh, you can speculate. You can speculate. Well, I just can't
my guess,
affirm or deny.
My guess is that it was entirely an ego session of grok written statements about Soros and these people want to destroy the Libertarian Party, when in reality,
Martin, et cetera, doesn't get to talk unless they choose to let him.
Did they? Well, here's the
If
now they
they
can't admit
choose-
if they let him to do it or not. And my guess is, based on how permissive it has already been for his interruptions in the other meetings, that he was probably allowed to speak and say his piece. I could be wrong on that, but it's so sad to me. It's like, I was looking at with such hope on this, and unless like some major changes happen in the way in which membership is engaged, it's going to flop again. And that sucks.
Yeah. We can do what we can. We can try to engage the membership, but if you feel like,
well, what I would say
if
is,
you
like,
feel like someone's hostile, then I don't know what you're going to do.
well, you donate to outside organizations that would otherwise be supportive of a different trajectory, right? And you say, I'm going to give my money to, different organizations and PACs that care about the things that you care about. And if it becomes some sort of ghost in the shell style LNC that doesn't have the money to do anything, then it'll be the biggest waste of the political victory that basically happened at 2026. It also sets forward now a battle between ideas inside of the LNC, and I don't think people probably are taking that to heart, right? If you have something you want to get done, now you have people that you kind of snuffed by doing this, right? It's kind of bad, right?
Which, I mean, that is how internal politics works, right? Like if you are against someone in a vote, and this goes both ways, if you're against someone in a vote that is particularly contentious, you are significantly less likely, as just human behavior, to support something else, which is sad. And we've seen this on a lot of LNCs.
Yeah.
The tightrope I am walking right now, you guys. That's all I'll say. The tightrope I am walking, and I know it.
Yeah, what I would say is we've had years and years of internal strife and lawsuits and fighting over a machine, and I don't think people recognize, like, hey, the people that were fighting over it before, their goal was to destroy the Libertarian Party. They openly talk about it now on podcasts all over the place. And so if you look at that and go, hey, this is what was going on, and you're just going to pretend that doesn't exist and that things that are happening in states and arguments are always in good faith, you're out of your fucking mind.
Dave, the old LP New Mexico left when a disgraced former chair, installed a rogue board that they did not want. This is my understanding, so someone can please correct me if I am incorrect, because I might not have all the facts, and I am open to revising. Installed a board that was not desired, and then that affiliate basically said, okay, well, we are going to go ahead and disaffiliate voluntarily because you've put someone, you put leadership in charge of us that we don't agree with. That is my understanding. I will continue to tell people to donate because I think we're working on good projects. I do know that a lot of people won't, and that's sad to me. That's sad to me.
We know people who have been waiting
For
to
this
hear
to
that we're
end
no
so
longer
that,
attacking affiliates.
in their mind, that money doesn't get blown on something that they don't believe in.
Yeah.
What I would say is, like Amanda, obviously you can't say anything that other than to support the LNC, and I understand that. What I would say is, if you are going to support things, earmark every fucking dollar you put into the organization. Do not say blank things for legal challenges. Say legal challenges for ballot access. Make sure every single thing you do is earmarked.
Say legal challenges against LP New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can, but you can try.
Like anything like that, the idea of getting LP news out there, which I'm like, oh, I was going to donate to that, right? But like, why am I going to give my money?
Can people write anything but litigation against New Mexico? Genuinely don't know. That might be a fun donation campaign, honestly. Anything but suing New Mexico.
Yeah.
Just earmark the donations.
I mean, that's what I would say, because like I do think there, like there may just be a difference of opinion here, but like it's almost like they don't talk to anybody who's been turned off from the party for the last 5 years. It's like they did not reach out to former members to talk to them. It's like they didn't form a committee to start making phone calls to old donors and waiting till you get the response back about what their opinion is on this. It is just it's like astonishing to me. It's like a CEO going like, I don't really care what our customers think, right? I care about what this one franchise of the business does, but oh, yeah, there's kind of a dispute in that franchise, but fuck all the customers that would be coming for the whole company across the country. It's bad.
By the way, y'all talk and speculate and do whatever while I run to the bathroom, because I have been increasingly angry and not able to use the bathroom for like an hour now.
Well, Amanda has a bladder half the size of a normal human, so it makes sense. We're thinking about getting her a gaming catheter. They have gaming catheters where you can just sit and game for hours and just use a pee bag. We're thinking about getting that for Amanda for her long hours in the LNC meetings. Yeah, it's still continuing. It's a fucking disaster. If you want to, hear a rant, zoom back a little bit. And I was ranting for like 15 minutes.
Michael's got a good point here. No one from New Mexico even showed, like, no one from Free New Mexico Party even showed up to the national convention. Not one. They tried to fill it with other people, including fucking Andrew Chatterton. You know who did show up? Chris Lucchini. I mean, you can say disaffiliate for cause, but cause is anything. Cause is anything. Cause isn't defined anywhere. For cause basically means not, I don't like you. And so you can say that Free Party just wasted money and they can be disaffiliated over it. You can say Free Party just kept members out and be disaffiliated over it. This is nonsense. There is no definition for what cause is. It's so fucking wide. And if you go talk to any of the people that are like serving on the JC, you talk to the parliamentarians and things, it is gigantic what it means. And so, like, going through a disaffiliation means time is wasted to do so. And that means that when we have the ability to have ballot access for years, if the right thing had been done tonight, we have just lost our ballot access. We have just lost the whole fucking system because of it. It's just insanity.
Yeah, I agree with Rose on that. Definitely write the LNC members. Let them know that you're very angry about this, right? That you don't want to see this continue, and I just don't get it. It's literally going to be $100,000 of fighting to retain nothing by then. It's unbelievably insane to me. Yeah, Andy, like I'm still kind of shocked by how that went, and maybe I shouldn't be, right? Because this is politics, right? It's why I hate every bit of it. It's this, internal power play bullshit. I have station, like, there are people that criticize some of the LP stuff, and I don't agree with them on a lot. But the idea that some people think these stations or positions are incredibly important, like what are you doing? What are you doing with your real life, right? If you're going to sit here and make a fight over Free Party of New Mexico, that the guy wants to be chair, and that's the reason why we have to torch 100 fucking grand, like, get fucked. I'm sorry.
Nathan said an ideal outcome is a clean merger. Yeah, that's the idea.
Yes.
They both have corporate charters. They can do so. They could, except Free Party only has 7 people in it, and 3 of them think that being on a board of 7 people is more important than the entire rest of the party. And so instead of doing a merger so that we would actually have a real state affiliate there and have money and have backing and have ballot access in the money, they have just fucked it for another 2
People are
cycles.
acting like this means that somehow like the affiliate that we currently have gets the name back. They don't.
No.
They don't get the name back.
If we won the suit, if the LNC won the
There
suit,
would just not be a
we
Libertarian Party of
could.
New Mexico. There would still be the Free Party of New Mexico. There would not be a Libertarian Party of New Mexico. The Free Party would not have a voter list. The Free Party
3 out of 7 is not a majority, but the other 4 would have to actually show up. Only 4 people show up ever.
You wouldn't transfer the voters, so ballot access doesn't happen. You wouldn't transfer the assets, so it's not like there's some windfall that's going to happen after bankrupting ourselves, hypothetically.
It's it's astonishing to me. Just shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yep.
And then expect to walk 10 miles, right? To hopefully meet the demand for a political alternative in the upcoming cycles. It's astonishing to me. Jake, you're right. It's it's literally fighting over titles like a kid playing. Like these people that can't say, hey, I must have an outsized weight on this kind of merged board is ridiculous. Like you should get it scaled based on your membership. Like that's what it should be. It said, hey, you have this percentage of the total membership of both of these corporations in that state. That's how many positions you get.
Chris, I'm genuinely not sure how to answer your question. The answer is I don't know. Everyone votes the way that they do based on myriad factors.
Andy, I mean, honestly, if that was part of the resolution to have a completely brand new convention there, okay, do that, right? Like
I know for a
put
fact
that in the counter offer.
that, yeah, I know for a fact that the Libertarian Party of New Mexico was suggesting that the whole idea could be a merger, and as part of a merger, that they could have a new convention to choose people. And Derek said no to that.
Well, the reason they say no is because they don't have the people, right? They don't have the people to win there, and so
we know that beyond this because we have people in the New Mexico Discord. We've seen the things that fucking Free Party is talking about. They're literally trying to change their bylaws to hold their current board in place for the next 5 years, no matter what is voted on at future conventions. These are not people that are playing nicely in things. This is 7 people who are holding an entire state hostage, and we have people that have just voted to spend tens of thousands of dollars to let them play libertarian. That's what happened here. We've got children in a sandbox full of cat shit that decided they wanted to play with the cat shit, and mommy and daddy just decided to spend tens of thousands of dollars to let them play with cat shit. It's nonsense.
And it's not only that. Like we know who's putting the cat shit in the box, right? Like we know that it's like a historical action where they're shitting in the boxes of every state they go to, right? Like it's just the truth. Like we know what these people want, and effectively people are capitulating to it. It's I agree, Jake. Like we're like finally being like, hey, we're gonna really like we believe membership is gonna give money, and we're gonna focus on ballot access and not on these lawsuits. And then it's like, oh, never mind.
That's just really disappointing.
Yeah, and like I was about to like start donating my time to be like, hey, do you guys need people to call old donors? Like, how am I going to call old donors and be like, hey, we're
Give
still
your money so we can sue New Mexico.
Sue other people. Yeah, it's fucking nuts. And like I think
Nathan,
I'm pretty
no
good.
one's
I'm pretty good
overlooking
on the
fact that
phone.
We have an affiliate. We don't have an affiliate. We have people who are maintaining a paper document for a state, claiming that having that paper on file means we have an affiliate. The affiliate's dead. An affiliate does things with the party. An affiliate runs candidates. An affiliate raises money. An affiliate does things like pushes against the government. They are doing none of those things. There is no affiliate there. There are people who are pretending that because they have written their name on a sheet of paper that they're an affiliate. We have rules for what makes you an affiliate. You must have at least 10 people. You must actually show up and do things. You must post your documents.
They don't
do those things.
They don't have 10 people.
They don't.
As far as I know, I will correct myself if that is somehow wrong. My understanding is that it's 8.
They are down to under $2,000 total, with no money coming in as per their actual convention numbers. That's what they announced at their convention. There is no affiliate. They are bankrupt by the end of the year. And so what they are attempting here as a Hail fucking Mary is to steal our money from National to fucking bring the other people in. I agree that they should be disaffiliated. But instead of doing the whole disaffiliation dance, which takes a minimum of a month and a half, we could have had the LNC make a little bit of pressure tonight. And we could have gone through and saved that money for that fucking lawsuit. We could have saved that effort, and we would have had 6 weeks to push for actual ballot access, which would last through the 2028 season. And instead, a best case scenario is now we have to do a full fucking ballot access run for 2028 again. This is a tens of thousands of dollars mistake that's coming out of the donors of the party, of which I am one who has donated a lot in the past couple of years. This is stealing my money.
By the way, Richard, the reason you can't get in is because the meeting's over. It was at 7. Was it 7 or 7 Eastern?
7.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they came out of executive session, it was very short. They took their vote, which was 4-4.
With the chair voting.
The votes for were Amanda, Richard Longstreth, Alex Flores, and Bill Redpath. The votes against being Stephen Nikela, Jonathan McGee, Evan McMahon, and
Doug Neville.
And so it was 4-4, motion fails. And so they did not change the push to do this fucking lawsuit. And then Evan said that there will still be good faith negotiation.
You cannot have good faith negotiations when you are holding a knife or when you're having a knife held to your throat or when you're holding a knife to somebody else's throat. That's not good faith. I'm going to take all your money where negotiating in good faith is a non sequitur.
Nathan, you can keep saying that, but that's not true. They have an agreement to do things with us. And as soon as they break that agreement, they're done. We no longer have to sit there and play like, oh, well, you're breaking it. But until we go through the full process, we have to keep being nice. You can say, hey, look, your choices are to either do this thing or we're going to start the disaffiliation process. There's nothing wrong with that. And instead, we just capitulated to people who are doing nothing. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is the same affiliate that made the claim that Stephen Nikela and fucking Paul Dar put a hit out on the chair. That's who we just backed.
Yeah,
the guy who thinks
it's
that
new.
a
It's
fucking
new Methico.
hitman drove past and shot at him.
It's a little bit of new Crystal Methico right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing to me. Wow. I will say this, other states are also impacted by this. There's conversations of many people that have walked away that want to come back. People that used to basically bankroll many other states. that left when this stuff started happening. And now I can't go there in good conscience and say like, hey, come on back, join the fight for liberty again.
I know it makes it harder in Pennsylvania for sure.
Oh, it makes it
Which
impossible.
we were talking about.
Yeah, and
which I'm sure Heise is really happy about this.
Yeah,
you know it. It's going to make it harder for the people that have been trying to build Michigan. It's going to make it impossible for the people who are trying to build Minnesota and Oregon. It just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
What's kind of crazy is like, this is, I think a byproduct of maybe too much faith, right? Without knowing true visions of what people want to do, what their main purpose is. My main purpose is not to, I think, defend people that do nothing, because they are the quote unquote official party. As Nathan is saying, what I care about is a body that's moving forward out of this horrible era where the party nearly died.
Heise would be happy, Nathan. Heise would be happy because this lawsuit is A, going to bankrupt us potentially, and B, going to keep people. I know for a fact, and this is what is so frustrating. I've heard a lot of people say refuse to come back to the party, refuse to donate, in spite of talking with them. If this doesn't end. And they're the kinds of people that would be allied with us.
Like,
so
just go
be happy because this makes it much easier.
Just go look at anybody that is supporting the idea of maintaining the current defunct affiliate there, and go look at what they've donated to the party overall. Oh, did I cut out?
You're back now.
We heard you, and then you blipped out for just a second.
Like I was saying, just go look at any of those people. What they've donated, the people that are supporting this idea of defending a defunct affiliate, it's going to be so small in comparison to the people that have left. Even if you're just doing the raw numbers of like, hey, we want the party to succeed, who do we want to cater to? People that have done nothing but cause the party to get destroyed over the years and caused all sorts of problems in affiliates like in Michigan and in Hawaii. These people that basically give none of their own income to the party, or do we want to entice people that historically gave a ton of money to the party? Like, you can look the people's names up and then go see where they gave their money to their state affiliates and federal candidates and the party. It's wild to me.
That's
like
correct, Richard.
even just from a raw analytical perspective, like the supposed Machiavellians are, right? Like, how about you look at the raw numbers and the amount of people that you'd gain back? Holy fuck.
That's correct, Richard. The LNC XCOM meeting ended, and this whole talk has been the aftermath.
We've been saying that. Yeah, it was. I would be in there if there were an XCOM meeting going on right now. Yeah, I think lawsuits are the new podcasts for libertarians. Write that down. Lawsuits are the new podcasts for libertarians. A lot. And we haven't gone through discovery yet, and that's going to be.
It's over 20 grand because they put 20 grand down, and then they announced that they were already through the initial hold. And that's a very good point. Like, we're going to have to go through discovery, which means there is 60 or 55 years of documentation that has to be gone through. lawyers charge per page. That's going to be hilariously expensive. This is this is just like when the last LNC was like, yeah, t-shirts count as donations. Have you thought this through? No, you hadn't. And so then you had to go back and do something different. And now another thing that hasn't been thought through.
How close are we to disparagement if I tweet libertarian lawsuits are the new libertarian podcasts? lowercase libertarian.
No, don't do it.
I don't think that's disparagement. I'm not
think
calling.
hilarious.
I'm not calling out the LNC. I'm not naming any names.
So
I'm making a joke. I could be in favor of it. That could be a good thing.
Just don't do it.
The lawsuit is over whether or not LP New Mexico has the right to that name.
What if I put a winky face next to it?
Nathan, that's an interesting question. I think probably
we need 3/4, so it doesn't matter. We had 4 tonight that said no out of the 8 there. Plus you have 2 in Austin and Alpha for sure. That's 6 out of the 18. That's only 2/3. We need 2 more. But to answer Archie's question, there's the lawsuit is over whether or not New Mexico is allowed to.
Jonathan, only if you credit
New
me.
Mexico.
Only if you credit me and I have plausible deniability.
just call her angry, spiky
No.
ice pick. And say that quote the angry
A certain vice
spiky
chair who
ice pick.
resembles an ice pick. Just
Yes.
make it clear that I said it. Libertarian lawsuits are the new libertarian podcasts. That's fine.
So the reason you have to go through the 55 years, LP New Mexico makes the claim, firstly, that they were using the name before national. And secondly, you have to prove that there has never been a case where New Mexico has been given the right to use the mark. And so you have to go through both sides' entire documentation. And in the Libertarian Party's case, we lost a lot of it in the flood in the 90s. So you have to go through everything we have, and you have to go through everything New Mexico has to prove that they aren't allowed to use this name. That is a phenomenal amount of work. It's phenomenally expensive. And if the people on the LNC were thinking it through, on like, why did Andrew Chaddon and Austin Martin really like this? Why does it seem like Pice likes this? It would be because it's a bad idea. When it's people who are like, we want to tear the party down and make it the America First Party, maybe being on the same side as them means you were trying to tear the party down and make it an America First Party. In effect, that may not be your intention, but it's what you're doing there.
Finalized quote credit copy, please.
Finalized quote. I don't care how you credit it. It's
just say an ice pick.
Libertarian lawsuits are the new libertarian podcasts. As long as you credit it where it's clear that it's from this bitch. And by the way, Jonathan, I'm wearing your beads. I was them for meetings. You can credit it however you want. Sexiest vice chair alive. I don't care. You don't have to say that. That's fine. That's too weird for you.
I have never been vice chair. Okay, so
I said sexiest vice chair alive. Since the vice chair is already the qualifier.
Okay, English major.
I'm not an English major. How dare you? That's so rude.
Well, you care a lot about words.
Because words are important.
Lawyer GPT. Yeah. So Nathan, I think there's a principled argument here over property rights, that the Libertarian Party is the property of libertarians,
and we should start defending our fucking property. Okay? Doing the things necessary to defend it so that way it bears fruit on that land. It is, they tried to salt the fucking earth of that fucking property, right? Possibly permanently.
Sorry, it just got quiet.
I mean, Archie, I've heard people use the America First argument and like we must free America first too. It's like
I'm individual first. I'm
too.
I'm people first.
Me too, but like I can at least understand a principled minarchist perspective of saying we must free America before we can free the world. I get it.
But that's simultaneous. Like you can't do one first. That's like saying, oh, good.
Oh, Rose is here. Yes.
Hey. Yeah,
Hi, Rose. How are you doing tonight?
Well, that was fun.
That was really fun.
I assume everybody has some. I assume that nobody here has some like any particularly strong opinions about anything, right?
No, we're just
shooting the breeze.
Yeah, shooting the breeze.
Just hanging out.
I'm gonna start a libertarian lawsuit. I mean podcast.
Yeah, it's really frustrating seeing the party do things that are ultimately not going to be in its best interest. If we're trying to get the party back on track, get it back to doing things like candidate support, bringing back programs and to support state affiliates with their ballot access fights and their candidate support. And then you see the LNC wanting to throw away huge amounts of money on lawsuits that will alienate the very people we want to bring back in. That we may very well lose. Like I mean, I'm not a lawyer, obviously, but I'm unconvinced about the strength of this case. Like I read expert opinions on either side of a dead IP lawsuit like this. But was that?
Even if we win, it's expensive as fuck.
Right. It's still it's a Pyrrhic victory, even if we win.
Nathan.
Again, if you're in the position of supporting things that known bad actors are supporting, it's probably a good idea to take a look at why.
Nathan, we will bring Archie on only if you come on as well.
Fight.
I don't know if I can handle that right now, honestly.
Yeah.
I remember I got grilled so hard by Archie when I went on the Figuritarians podcast like a long time ago.
David
Nolan
said
aggressive.
a lot of things. David Nolan is not my god. David Nolan was a cool guy who did some cool stuff. I don't agree with him in this case, and I think that times change, and even if something were true at one point, it might not be true now.
I've seen Nathan climb a ladder. He does it in fucking boots, and he's very stable in the process.
Doesn't need to climb a ladder. He is the ladder. Like I can rappel up his back and then stand on top and survey an entire mountain range.
Well, no, you would be panning for gold
Based
at
on
the
how
top.
you just did that, I thought
It's
you were
Nathan.
just
Come
going
on
to T-pose on his back.
No.
Amanda's going to Christ the Redeemer on Nathan's back.
That would be incredibly strange for like multiple reasons.
Archie, I don't think you ever feel aggressive, though. I think it's in good faith for sure, but I just don't think you recognize it.
What is going on with the snacks? What am I missing about the snacks? The snacks have been mentioned a lot.
I'm probably missing something too.
I'm surprised that Austin Martin didn't accuse us of bribery. Because
I'm thinking about starting it. Like you want me to bribe you to fucking not do this? Sure. Like, do I need to go?
I'm not the one you have to bribe.
Do I need to go cash out some stocks and be like, "Hey, LNC, you want like 10 grand? How about you stop doing this?"
See, now I'm rethinking my strategy because I should have voted against it. But then you would pay me.
Sorry, isn't that kind of what memberships are and donations are, though? Like, you approve of what the party's doing, you tend to donate.
Apparently not, though. Apparently not. Apparently it's a one-way street.
I mean, if gold keeps going up, maybe I will sell some and be like, hey, it's time to start buying these people off, Austin, it won't be from Soros money though. It'll be from me selling assets that I own from having a job. I know that's
What are those?
it's a little hard for you to understand.
Does
Actually,
getting paid
I know he
getting
has a
paid
job.
to run around on. Oh, you mean what?
He gets paid from Young Americans for Liberty.
Oh yeah, getting paid to run around on college campuses harassing
Evan
security
shouldn't
guards.
have seemed angry because we literally had I was going to say Carl's Jr. It's not just and Five Guys. One of
Well,
those
he
Five
said he
Guys
was like
delivered to
dizzy.
him.
Like he said he's like
No,
having
no. But that's because like an ear infection or whatever. That's.
I guess.
Upper respiratory?
Yeah.
I'll declare my bribes,
Amanda
Nathan.
just keeps like being like, no, it's his ears.
What?
Like she has natural ability to
Well,
MRI
'cause I
somebody
have
from across the country.
Very small ears, and so I'm very judgmental of people with like even slightly less small ears. I think that ears are the problem.
Yeah, I mean, Dr. Google's just gonna say that it's either cancer or depression. It's always one or the other.
Yep.
Sometimes both. Sometimes you're depressed because you have cancer.
That's me all the time.
Wait, Jonathan, is it posted? What's going on?
Yeah, as to whether you should post it, don't you just have to give like that "my opinions are my own" disclaimer on your personal account?
Yeah, I'm gonna retweet. Retweets are not endorsements though, so.
Oh, holy fuck, dude.
Just write "opinions are my own" and don't reflect those of the LNC on your personal account.
I mean,
think a lot of people do it.
I think the LNC is pretty confident that my opinions do not reflect necessarily their opinions. Y'all knew
about half of them, you know.
Well, half of the XCOM, yeah. My opinions do not reflect the opinions of at least half of the XCOM. I can't speak for the other half, and I will try to spawn more quickly further clones.
Well, the brainwashing did not work. I feel like we're gonna need to get some more, serum of some sort, and eventually we'll get to them.
I mean, here's what I think happened is I think that there was I think that the drugs that I tried to slip people worked, but there was an interaction with Ovins's mushrooms. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That negated the effect. Because I do know some people were taking Ovins's mushrooms.
So wait, that's what, but you still won vice chair though. So I thought that the point of the debate was it would brainwash people into voting for you.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the vote tonight.
Okay. Well, yeah, they weren't long acting enough. I mean, when was the last time we saw these people in person? A couple weeks ago. You need a very long acting drug.
Chris, I don't know what you're talking about. I was being sarcastic. It was a parody. It was satire. Hey, if Dave Smith can do it, so can I, guys. All right. It was satire.
Dave, it's okay to fuck her if she's 12 shots deep, Smith.
What? Like giant flashing words, a word on the screen saying parody.
Do you not?
I'm saying things that we're totally not supposed to say.
Look, I know what Austin Martin has been allowed to post, and frankly, I think if I am anywhere below Austin Martin levels of disparagement, it's going to be fine. All right, at least I'm saying true things, as opposed to weird Bohemian Grove accusations.
You have not stated as fact that other LNC members are engaged in criminal activity.
Nope,
so,
I haven't.
If anyone, I don't think you're going to put the
it's
LNC
really
at
funny.
risk.
Because I looked up the Liberal Party while during the meeting, and some other people did this too. Like, I don't know if this is going to be for everyone's LLMs, but if you look up the Liberal Party, Stephen Nikela is listed as the chair if you ask an LLM. So I have some questions for Stephen.
Wow.
Oh,
this requires an investigation, I think.
He's the chair of the Liberal Party. I don't know what to tell you.
Let's make a dossier. Let's do that. Nathan, if you're getting Coke checks, like I'm all for some Coke checks if somebody wants to pay me a bunch of money. I won't do anything they probably want, but it's okay. he wants pro corporatism, which I don't think you'll ever see me do. So it is what it is.
Yeah, like he's responsible for popularizing that really like watered down establishment friendly, crony corporation friendly version of libertarianism. So yeah. I know a lot of people who used to be involved with Young Americans for Liberty, but yeah, they're kind of a hostile organization. Like they identify liberty curious people and direct them into supporting what they call liberty Republicans. But if you talk to people who volunteered for them, like they have a very broad definition of what is actually a liberty Republican.
I mean, I will say there are people inside of the Libertarian Party that their goal is to infiltrate that, get paid from it, and pull people out. And I think we probably should be doing that. We should be infiltrating every single fucking institution we can, pulling every single.
Oh yeah, and some of them are great people who who work for both organizations. But like in general, I'm not a particularly big fan of.
Well, they don't represent. They don't represent my version of libertarian. That's for sure. Which is fine. But if they would pay me, so I could promote my version of libertarian, and to sour the minds of their youth towards anarchist ideas, that would probably be good.
Fair. Kyle's literally texting me asking me how long we're going. So.
Oh, Kyle has to pee.
That might be
Kyle's
our cue.
Angry.
That might be our cue to he just texted me, please respond. I'm responding to you right now on air.
I sent those two back to back with your slow ass iPhone.
See, Nathan, now we're talking.
I think what we've learned now, guys, is that I'll keep things real with you. I'll keep things transparent, even at the expense of my being called the sexiest living vice chair. Because that's just how I roll.
You just made him lie like that on that tweet. It's astonishing to me.
Living vice chair. Are you the vice chair of the Libertarian Party, Phil? No, you're not. I don't know what to tell you. I know what to tell you. All right. And with that, everyone, we will see you on. We'll see you on Wednesday because we're talking to Addison. I'm pretty sure about her candidacy for office in Florida.
Which shout out
unless
LPA
anyone
people.
Decides to sue her.
We donated a bunch of members from LPA started she posted in there. We started donating. So Joe Hanush, who thinks we don't support candidates, we rally around our own when they need help.
Occasionally Joe comes to when it comes to that. Yeah.
Well, I think I proved it to him at convention. I donated to a couple of Florida candidates, including himself again. So hopefully he knows that we care about candidates too.
I'll go yell at people for you right now, John.
Well, I thought they had been recent.
Free is Paul Dar, okay. He is a handsome man.
All right. Thank you all very much for joining us. Join us tomorrow, talk with Addison, and join us on Thursday for the business list. And until next